We are going to start here in talking about, right backstage, you said to me, AI empowers people. We need to embrace it.
Yes.
So let's start by thinking about women, leadership, and AI, and that Venn diagram, and right in the middle there, what are we seeing?
Well, I love the question because I'm so excited about leadership today and what it means for women. And why that is because I truly believe that the leadership traits that are so important today and more important today than ever before are the traits that women and all of you in this room historically have always brought to the table, even if we weren't always recognized for it. So emotional intelligence, collaborative decision-making, active listening. And you heard a few of the speakers earlier talking about all of that. Well, these are all of the things that women have historically done so very well, and workers are scrambling for and asking for every single day, and what I think actually businesses really need to be successful in the AI world. And so I'm really excited about this time for women, and I think the volatility and uncertainty that we're all experiencing every single day really brings forward the importance of those skills, right? They're no longer soft skills, right, and people skills. They're the new power skills, right? And we were talking backstage earlier about AI and AI becoming more intelligent than humans. So what becomes more relevant today? It's the humanity. And what do women bring so well to leadership? Transparency, authenticity, and humanity. And we have the formula for success. All of you in this room have the formula for success. We know how to do this well. And obviously with so many change makers, like, we got this. And I think that women today know how to lead and succeed.
How do you then harness the power of AI to then help you be a better leader and help you kind of highlight those characteristics?
Yeah, I think the cat's out of the bag in that AI is going to revolutionize how work gets done in the enterprise. I work in an enterprise SaaS company, how things are going to happen outside in the consumer space. And so what I don't think people understand as much is that the pace of change and the velocity of change is unprecedented, right? And so while it's not going to happen tomorrow, and I talk to investors all the time when everyone's like, where's all the AI revenue in your top line, right? And we're like, well, it's going to be fast. It's not going to be like tomorrow, but the pace of change is going to be fast. And so we as leaders, when we have companies that were born 20 years ago, sometimes 50 and 100 years ago, how do we as leaders help our teams and our employees embrace that change and get comfortable with the change, right? That's the hardest part, right? And learning the technology, that's the great thing about AI. It's democratizing. Its very essence is it's really easy to learn and easy to use.
You can ask AI how to use AI.
You can ask AI how to use AI, right? And so really leaning in and leading in this moment for your teams who are naturally afraid. Every revolution of tech brings disruption and uncertainty. But how we lead during this time is so very important, because the companies that don't embrace the change, the people that don't embrace the change are going to be left behind. It's just a matter of time. And it's not going to happen in 6 months, but it's not going to happen in 10 years. And so as leaders, how do we help our teams really get comfortable and not be scared of the change? Jobs are going to change and roles are going to change. They always have. Jobs today are different than before we had computers. Jobs tomorrow are going to be different with AI. But there's still going to be jobs and be fun and interesting. And so how do we lean into that change and just be comfortable with it as leaders?
One thing I think is neat is you start off by talking about how authenticity is going to be even more important now. AI is going to be the smart kid in the room. You're going to be the caring, important leader, leading with authenticity. And you might think that AI takes away your authenticity, but just yesterday, I was having to have a hard conversation with a colleague about a hard problem. And I went and I had a conversation with Gemini 2.5 about this to try and think through my thoughts before. And I came away having a more authentic conversation than I would have otherwise, because it would have been jumbled otherwise. It helped me think through it.
Well, I think that's so interesting. And in today's world where volatility and uncertainty are every single day, you know, I have 8 minutes on stage today, just long enough for the news cycle to change 3 times, maybe 4, right?
And it already has.
Right, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, what headlines am I gonna come off stage to, like in 2 minutes? And so the ability to harness AI to help you streamline the work, like really focus on helping me put my thoughts into words, in better articulate words than I could ever write, quite frankly. I'm a finance person, not a writer for a reason. That's the power of AI, and it's really, really a beautiful thing if you're willing to lean in and spend time and learn.
Okay, so then back to your employees and being a leader who's trying to keep the fear at bay.
Yep.
You say there are going to be jobs, everything will be fine, but certainly if it's your job, you're worried about it. So what do you do as a leader to make people feel comfortable?
Well, I'm trying to get folks to experiment with the AI and to use it and to get comfortable with it. And I'm also trying to let them know that failure's okay. Mm-hmm. Like everyone's coming at me, everyone's coming at everyone. Like, what's your AI strategy? How are you using it? Take a breath.
Yeah.
Use it, experiment. By the way, failure's okay. Your idea of how you're going to use AI at work or at home today is probably going to be very different tomorrow and 6 months from now. That's okay. Experiment, be agile, move, shift, and always remember that at the end of the day, as leaders, that the most important thing for all of your employees is transparency, trust, and authenticity. Really, really important. And we were talking backstage about how when we were coming up, and for me personally, I was this, I had long blonde hair in finance, and it was a very male-dominated world. And so I always had my hair back in the ponytail or up in a top knot, really, really high. And I presented myself as this really tough, male-ish type of executive. And it was only when I really started to take my hair down and be more uniquely Gina that I actually got much more successful. And so that authenticity that women bring to the table is so, so very important. And so experiment with AI, be that trusted, transparent leader that our enterprises need every day. And don't forget to be yourself. Don't imitate someone else's version of leadership. Be your own version of leadership.
In some way AI allows, and we're almost done, but allows you to get to be yourself a little bit more?
100%, because I have more time to think about the hard conversations, the important conversations, the important messages that I need to send to my company, because I'm not myriad in all of the minutia of the stuff, the manual stuff, right? And so the more you actually have time to think about what you need to do and think about. And in this day, I'm in a tech company, so innovation is primary. ServiceNow, we have rolled out AI automation over the last year, and we're seeing 20% productivity increases across the board, no matter which area of the enterprise we're using it. And so that time is actually enabling people to spend more time doing the stuff they love, focusing and investing in people. Those cost savings allow me to take that back and invest back into the business on people, innovation, and technology.
Connections, amazing. Gina Mastantuono, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.